In this episode of Ask Me Anything, I got a great question from a massage therapist on Instagram asking me why I don't incorporate cupping into the treatment process in my clinics. Well, what's up, everybody? Dr. Matt Maggio here, creator of the Peak Method and founder of the Soft Tissue Revolution, where we teach massage therapists how to easily make well over $100,000 per year, all by working less than 20 hours per week by learning to work smarter, not harder. A lot of questions about treatment processes, techniques, my take on everything. And one thing that I always want to try to be is just looking at things specifically from general data, looking at them factually. And I get a lot of questions about why I don't use cupping, my thoughts on cupping, if I think cupping is part of the treatment process. I see my social media feed littered with all sorts of videos of people doing cupping, showing off what's going on. And someone asked me, they said, I really dove into your training and your system and I realized that you don't incorporate any cupping. Why don't you do that? So I thought this would be a really good question to answer and share with everybody. Some people get pissed off when you start to question what they do. You ask questions about the validity of what they do. We're built in with these biases as humans. A lot of them just are deep innately and they allow us to kind of be irrational when we think about stuff. One of the biases is conviction bias. Conviction bias is just basically no matter what I look at data, I look at anything out there, I'm going to look at that data to meet where I'm at, what I've done. And I see this a lot in the musculoskeletal treatment place. They're like, well, I do this and this is what I do and other stuff doesn't work and I just believe in that. And a lot of times they're looking at it from a very emotional standpoint instead of more of a rational standpoint. So I wanted to really break down what I think cupping is, especially if it's a treatment or if it's more of a maintenance. So let's get right into what a treatment is. From the FDA, they have 3 criteria for a treatment. One is it should be safe. Number 2 is it should be effective. And number 3 is it should be durable. Let's break down cupping. Is it safe? Yeah, I think it's safe. It's been around for thousands of years. Effective. This is where we kind of run into this idea, is it effective? What are you trying to solve? Which problem are you trying to fix? Whenever we look at treatment, our goal is to reduce some type of pathology. In the human body, when it comes to musculoskeletal injuries, there's only 7 problems that you can have. It can be a bone problem, a cartilage problem, a disc problem, a ligament problem, a nerve entrapment problem, a soft tissue problem, and a tendon problem. So is the cupping effective in reducing one of those pathologies? I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of data on that. I'm sure they'll tell you that it can get rid of scar tissue, it can reduce inflammation, but those aren't really telling us anything. We need to know a tissue-specific problem of what's going on. I've made some really good webinars about diving into that a little bit deeper. You can check those up wherever you consume our content. Durable. Is cupping durable? Is it long lasting? The problem with most treatments are they're short term and you feel a little bit better, but is it actually durable and long lasting? I don't think cupping fits that idea of being long lasting. So always ask yourself questions and be very objective about it. Take your emotions aside, all the money you've spent on training, what you do and everything like that, and look at it truly objectively. Is this treatment safe? Is it effective? Is it durable? Because like I said, the goal of treatment is to reduce some type of pathology. So is cupping doing that? I don't think so. So I will not consider cupping a treatment. There's 2 types of treatment and then what I call maintenance. Treatment, like I said, is where you're going in and you're reducing pathology. Maintenance is where you're going in and you're allowing inflammation to reduce, maybe swelling to reduce, helping with recovery and things like that. Where I put cupping in is I put cupping in more of a maintenance as opposed to a treatment. Now the difference is really big. I like to look at things through a dental analogy, like how dentists are. You have 2 people when you go to the dentist. You have the dentist and then you have the hygienist. The hygienist tends to do more of the maintenance stuff, like the cleaning, the brushing, the flossing. The dentist is the one that actually does the treatment. They go in and drill out the cavity. They get paid accordingly for what they do. So a lot of practitioners, they get stuck in the maintenance type of thing where they're doing maintenance, but they're not actually doing treatment. And then when you're doing maintenance and you're doing recovery, you're helping, but you're going to get paid accordingly. You're going to get paid like a hygienist. If you want to get truly paid and you want to start to solve problems, you have to start thinking more and more like a dentist. Another thing that I start to see is just what I call kitchen sink treatments. It's like, we do a bunch of stuff. You know, you might spend an hour and a half with a client. You're going to do myofascial release. You're going to do cupping. You're going to do stretching. You might throw some tape on it. You might do some corrective exercises. The problem is you're doing so much and you don't know what's really working. You're just throwing the kitchen sink at that. Treatment is like a medication. You want to get enough treatment to be effective, but you can actually do too much and it can be overly effective. And this is what I'm seeing is people are just hammering. They're like, I got all these different trainings. I'm going to try a bunch of shit and see what happens. Then you don't know what's really working. So the key is measuring things objectively. You know, we get so stuck in musculoskeletal world of like, hey, how do you feel? We ask the client, hey, how does that feel after? It's like, there's so many factors with that. The key is objective data. And what I teach and what I show is functional based objective data that lasts and lasts. And that's where that durable component comes in there. So what I would say, if you think cupping is the most amazing treatment in the world and it can fix everything, then just try just doing that and see what happens. You know, what happens is when you're doing so much and you're overloading the client, you're doing so many different methods, you don't know what's really working. And then how do you know what works? So if you truly believe in what you do, and I made a post about this a couple weeks ago, say you have to fix this person, you have to treat this person, you can only use one of the tools in your tool belt. Which one would you actually pick? And if that's the one you like and it works, then continue to do that over and over again. Sure, some people will get upset with me because I'm questioning cupping. You know, they're very biased towards that. That's where that conviction bias comes in. But really learn to separate the emotion out of it and really take a step back and really objectively look at something. Is it safe? Is it effective? Is it durable? If it doesn't meet all those criteria, it isn't a treatment. It is maintenance. And maintenance does have its place. Like, you do need to go get your teeth cleaned every once in a while. But when you got a bad cavity, you got a bad thing, you need the dentist to do that. And so many therapists are stuck in that maintenance model, recovery model, instead of actually treating it, fixing it, and solving the problem. So if you like the video, give it a comment, a like, or share. If you don't like what I have to say, give it a comment as well, and we can have an open debate, objectively look at facts, and be realistic about what's going on. I'll go grab our free training. We're getting ready to launch our 2022 seminars coming up. Send me any questions that you want me to cover on AMA, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.